Hi friends, today I am giving a lecture on Python program for finding the factorial of a given number without recursion. Okay, so now we have to write the program here, and this is the output of the program and tracing of the given program. Okay, first we are going to the output. Okay, enter the given number. That is 5. Okay, factorial of a given number is 5 factorial. 5 factorial is nothing but 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is equal to 120. Okay, so enter the given number, that is 5. Factorial of a given number is 5 factorial. 5 factorial is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is equal to 120. Now 120 is the answer. Okay, how we are finding out the factorial of 5? Okay, now we are going to program. N is equal to int of input of enter the given number. Okay, so this is the statement. Enter the given number. For that one, so n is equal to int of input of enter the given number. Okay, now I am initializing two variables. Fact is equal to 1. Next one, loop variable I is equal to 1. Next, while loop while I less than is equal to n. So here we have to put colon. Fact is equal to fact into I. Next one, I is equal to I plus 1. Okay. Next, print factorial of a given number is fact. Okay, the total result is stored in the variable called as fact. Okay, so this is our program. Okay, now we have to trace that program. Okay, so first statement, enter the given number. Enter the given number. Okay, so this number can be entered by the user from the keyboard. So I am entering 5. Okay, this input 5 can be taken by the input function. So now input of 5. This means here the input function is used for reading the input from the keyboard that is entered by the user or a programmer. Okay, so I am entering the value 5 from the keyboard. This value can be read by the input function. Okay, now this input function returns the string value 5. Okay, this input function can return the string value 5. This string value 5 can be taken by the typecasting int function. The typecasting int function can take the string value 5. Okay, and it returns the integer 5. Okay, this integer 5 can be assigned to the variable n. So now n is equal to 5. Okay, so what is the meaning of this statement? Okay, enter the given number. Okay, this number is given by the user or a programmer. That value is 5. This value can be taken by the input function. This input function is used for reading the value that is entered by the user or a programmer, and it returns the string of that value. Okay, string of that value means put in the double quotes and the value is 5. So this value represents string of 5. This string of 5 can be passed to the typecasting int function and it returns the integer value 5. This integer value 5 can be assigned to the variable n. So now n is equal to 5. Okay, next one. Next statement, fact is equal to 1. Here we have to initialize two variables. One is a fact is equal to 1. Initially, the fact value is equal to 1. Okay. Next one, I is equal to 1. So I is nothing but loop variable. Loop variable value is equal to 1. Okay. Next one. Next one, while I less than or equal to n. So while I value means that is 1. 1 less than or equal to n value is 5. 1 less than or equal to 5. So what is the condition? 1 less than or equal to 5. So this condition is true. Okay. Now this condition is true, then these two statements are nothing but body of the while loop. Body of the while loop. Body of the while loop. Whenever this condition is true, then the body of the while loop contains two statements. These two statements are executed whenever this condition is true. Now here condition is I value 1, n value 5, 1 less than or equal to 5, condition true. So now the condition true, the control goes to the statements within the body of the while loop. So here in the body of the while loop, fact is equal to fact into I. What is the fact value? 1. And what is the I value? 1. 1 into 1, that is equal to 1. Next, I value is incremented. Now I is equal to, I value is 1. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. Okay. So this is the first condition. Okay. First iteration. Okay. So now again the control goes to the while loop. Now I is equal to 2. Okay. In the previous iteration, I value is incremented by 1. So I is equal to 2 and fact is equal to 1. Okay, next go to this one, while loop, while I value now 2, 2 less than or equal to n, n value is 5, 2 less than or equal to 5, that is condition true. Condition true, then the control goes to the statements within the body of the for loop. Now fact is equal to fact into I. Fact value is 1 into I value is 2. So fact is equal to 2. Next one, I is equal to I plus 1. I value is 2. 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So here, after completing the first step, fact is equal to 1, I is equal to 2. So this is the first iteration. Next we go for second iteration. After completing the second iteration, I value is equal to 3 and fact is equal to 2. Okay. Again the control goes to the while loop. Okay. While I value is 3, 3 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Okay, if the condition is true, the control goes to the statements within the body of the loop are executed. So now fact is equal to fact into I. Fact value is 2 and I value is 3. 2 into 3, that is 6. After completing the third iteration, so fact is equal to 6 and I is equal to 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4. 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4. Okay. Next one, now I value is equal to 4 and fact is equal to 6. Okay. Again the control goes to the while loop. Okay. So now while I value is 4, 4 less than or equal to 5, that is condition is true. Okay. Next, fact is equal to fact into I. Fact value is 6 and I value is 4. 6 into 4, that is equal to 24. Okay. Next, I value is incremented. Now I is equal to I value 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5. Okay. Next again control goes to the while loop. Now in the previous iteration, I value is equal to 5 and fact is equal to 24. Okay. Now while I less than or equal to n. So while I value is 5, 5 less than or equal to 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. So here the condition is true. If the condition is true, again the control goes to the statements within the body of the while loop. Now fact is equal to fact into I. Fact value is 24 and I value is 5. 24 into 5, that is 120. Next, I is equal to I plus 1. I value 5. 5 plus 1, that is equal to 6. Okay. Again, the control goes to the again while loop. Okay. In the previous iteration, I is equal to 6 and the fact is equal to 120. We are getting from the previous iteration. Okay. Now, control goes to the while loop. While I less than or equal to n. I value is a 6 less than or equal to n. N value is 5. So this 6 less than or equal to 5, that is false. Whenever this condition is a false, the control goes to the next statement after the while loop. So while loop starting from this statement and ending with this statement. This is the body of the while loop. So if this condition is false, then the control goes to the next statement after the while loop. After the while loop, the next statement is this one. Okay, what is this statement? Print factorial of a given number is. Factorial of a given number is. So what is the variable? That is fact. So what is the value is there in the fact? That is 120. So therefore 120 is the answer. Okay. So here enter the given number 5. Factorial of a given number is 120. Here After tracing the program, we are getting 120. How many number of iterations are there? So total 6 iterations, 5 iterations are true. At the 6th iteration, the while loop the condition is false. The control goes to the next statement after the while loop. So whatever the value is there in the fact, that value becomes the result of the given factorial of a given number. So what is the value is there? That is fact 120. Now 120 is the answer. Factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, this is the answer. So this is the program factorial of a given number without using recursion. I am not using any recursion. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share this video to your friends and classmates. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel name. So Divvela Srinivasa Rao. Thank you.